Mastermind.
Alright guys, what you just saw there was the trailer for my new minigame, Mastermind. Yeah, so, what is this real quick? I'm guessing you probably didn't get a whole lot of information from the trailer, but Mastermind, this new minigame that I just released, is a puzzle game based off of a real game, in where the master here gets to create a code, and it's your job to decipher the code. Now, deciphering, is done using feedback. So basically your code that you guess gets put right here, and the feedback is put here. And you can use the feedback to adjust your code to try and guess what is underneath here. But real quick, the portion of this video is just to show you how to install it and how to get it up and running. So, obviously, as you know, this is an MCEdit schematic, so what you're going to want to do is download the schematic and use MCEdit to import it into any world you want. Really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it goes to, all the commands are relative. However, it is direction sensitive, so do not rotate it, okay? So once you get it in there, you're going to want to get down here somehow, because from time to time, especially when it's being converted to schematics, this clock will freeze on you. So what you're going to want to do is get down here and just pull the redstone out and put it back in, and that should update it. The next step is just to start a new game. And what this will do is it'll initiate all the scoreboards. This is all self-contained, so there's no messing around with codes or anything. You just push the button, and it's already initiated. So now you're ready to play Mastermind. And how you play is quite simple. Obviously, you don't know what's underneath the obsidian. It's your job to guess. So start out by putting in some random combination of wool. And it'll start its process. Now the process takes about 30 seconds, maybe a minute to actually run through. But what it's doing is analyzing the code that you just put in, checking for matches with its original code, and then looking for blocks that are correct but in the wrong location. And I'll explain what that means in here in a sec. So what we got back, you can see, is deleting our blocks so that we can put new blocks in, and the process is complete. But what we got back was a red wool and 3 white wool. Now, a red wool means that one of these blocks is correct and is in the right location. Understand that the position of the red wool does not correspond to the position of the wool, so just because this wool is red does not mean that this white wool is correct. It means any one of these 5 wool is correct. Now, a white wool, on the other hand, means that the color is technically correct, but it's in the wrong position. So say, for example, I put a green here, and in reality the green was here. That means that I would get a white wool for that. If it was here, I would get a red wool. Now, what you need to understand about the feedback is it works from the perspective of the combination itself. So if there's 2 green wool in the combination, then what would happen is it would start with this green wool, and it would give you a red wool for that, because that's aligned. But then it would go to this one, and it would give you a white wool, because it's, you know, technically there's another green, so it'd give you a white wool. So that's something you need to keep in mind. So just bear in mind that one wool does not necessarily mean one color. It could always, it can sometimes share colors, basically. So then, once you figured out, okay, well, possibly 4 of these colors is correct, now you can start to eliminate your possibilities. And what I usually like to do is I just like to pick a color. We'll pick yellow, and I just fill the board. This is a very poor strategy, but it does help you eliminate some of the colors. So that means there's 2 yellows in there. Possibly. So the combination is a 5-color combination, and like I said, you have 12 guesses to try and crack the code. So it is a very, very, very challenging puzzle, I will not lie, but it is so satisfying when you finally get it cracked. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try and crack this puppy, and we'll get back to you in just a sec. So as you can see, I failed to crack the code. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why I didn't say that. Actually, hang on. No, that makes sense. Okay, so there was no blue. I'm sitting here thinking that there was blue the whole time. So that was a pretty terrible run. But nonetheless, that's the basics of the game. I'm going to at least see if I can't beat it just once. So, to start a new game, obviously you just hit new game. And it resets the whole thing. We got a new combination hidden under there. The board is cleared. And we can go ahead and make another guess. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So close. Look at that. Oh, it was 2 blues. I'm sitting here thinking it was 2 blacks. I was one... Look at that. I was 1 block off. It's always those doubles that trip you up, man. I'm telling you. Anyway, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, the link will be in the description of this video. This thing is totally self-contained. Like I said, you simply pop it into your world using MC Edit, hit the new game, and you're good to go. Oh, and update that clock. Yeah, so if you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's always, always appreciated. Be sure to download now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!